So I've put off making this video for a while, even though it's always something I've wanted to put on YouTube and on my channel, because I have people that always ask me this. And that's, why did I go from being an engineer into a realtor? That's a big change. Most people don't make that big of a career change into something that seems to be almost exact opposite industries. You go from something that's very stable, rigid, math heavy, to something that's more sales focused, more people interaction. And it didn't quite correlate for a lot of people. And so because of that, I'm laying it all out today. So to understand the full context of my story and why I became a realtor, I think it's important to start with how I even got into real estate at all. And for those of you who have attended my webinars or have held personal seminars with you guys. And so anyways, essentially it started in 2019 when I bought my first property. It was a little condo in St. Vital in Winnipeg. I wasn't planning to live there. It was a 1-bed, 1-bath. We've since sold that condo off. Last year actually, and we bought that with the intention of renting it out. Didn't really know what we were doing, had really no understanding of how real estate worked, how renting stuff out worked. I had just finished a couple of internships and I knew that I didn't really want to be in the 9-to-5 for my whole life, because that felt like a drain, and that felt like something that I couldn't do for 40 years like other people did. And so I went down the tunnel of researching passive income, how to make more money, side hustles, starting businesses, doing other stuff. And I actually had no intention of being a realtor at the start, none whatsoever. It was not on my, I was like, I'm gonna be an investor. That's how I got started. I said, I'm just gonna focus on investing. And over the course of my investing portfolio, I bought a couple of not so great properties because I didn't understand how real estate worked. And I worked with a couple of different realtors. I'm not gonna name them because they're all still active in Winnipeg, obviously, who didn't quite go through the process of explaining it to me and how real estate makes money, what's good properties for investment, what's good properties to hold on to, how to find good tenants, how to screen. And so I learned everything the hard way, including buying a couple of properties that I maybe shouldn't have. And some of those I still own today, and so I'm not gonna get into the details of those too much. That's gonna be a video down the road that will cover on those specific properties. A couple of years ago, as I was working, I went through sort of a prompt where I wanted to pursue something different. I was tired of working in the engineering industry. I switched over to a different job that was more of a technical sales role so I could gain sales experience, and I started getting my license and started working as a realtor part-time to try and build up the knowledge and the skill set so I could be a good realtor in the industry. And through that process, I realized how much I didn't know when I was a buyer, and I vowed at that point I wanted to help the people that were like me, who got started, who were very optimistic, very gung-ho, had all the right ideas of going into it, but didn't quite know the realistic part of real estate. And so that's where whenever I work with somebody, I always go through the process with them so they understand what they're doing. They understand the contract they're buying, how much other homes are selling for that are similar, how much those homes are worth later on, how much they were worth 5 years ago, projections for what they're going to be worth 5 years from now. Because I didn't get that information when I started buying, and it's one of the biggest financial decisions of anybody's life. And for them to not have all the information up front is crazy to me and mind-blowing to me. Whether that's an investment or for their family as like a regular personal primary residence, they should have all the information so they can make the best informed decision. There's way too many bad apples in this industry, and that sort of challenged me to be better. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect either. I've learned my fair share of mistakes, but I've always taken the approach of being honest and transparent with people, and I've actually taken the skills and the knowledge I took from getting an engineering degree and going through the whole business of applying that to real estate, holding myself to a high standard of ethic, always doing what's best for the client, not for myself. And because of that, I have learned a lot, and I have grown as a realtor and as a person, honestly. And maybe this isn't the typical video that you would come here to watch. It's not so much educational, but part of what I've been trying to do on YouTube is help people understand, have the resources out there specifically for Winnipeg and Canada, because when you go out and research anything about real estate, you're finding stuff all about the States, and it's different here. It doesn't work like that. And that's why I became a realtor. That's why I started a YouTube channel. I wanted to help as many people as I could that were similar to, or maybe in the same position that I was in when I started buying, to help them them be as informed as possible so they could make the best decision for their future. The next question is, what's next? Where is this going? Where is this channel heading? I'm talking like I have thousands of subscribers. I got 250, right? Half of them are SEO subscribers who want to pitch me on getting more views, which I'm not really interested in. So if you're watching this and that's you, please don't contact me. I don't want to ever buy that service. Regardless, in the future, that's where I'm sort of posting this video is it's up to you guys. If there's content that's more interesting to you, I'm willing to make it. Let me know what that is. If you want to see more home tours, I could do that. If you want to see more informational videos on specific neighborhoods in Winnipeg, I could do that. If you want to see more cinematic stuff that has more maybe local stuff to Winnipeg, not necessarily more real estate focused, but more Winnipeg focused, I can look into that too. I'm starting the process of formulating a sort of media team here in Winnipeg so that I can start to build up this channel and have it actually become something that's cool. Maybe one day I'll look back at this video and realize how far we've come. Well, hopefully one day I'll look back at this video and realize how far we've come in terms of not just our content, but our production value as well. And so I'll end this video. If you're interested in buying something, I'm going to say if you like these videos or you get any value, please share them, please comment, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you found value in these videos that you would show a little support for me so that I can understand that it's actually being impactful for you guys. And if you are in the market for buying or selling or investing, reach out to me. I genuinely want to have a conversation with you. I've actually turned a decent number of people away from investing when it just didn't make sense for their personality or their lifestyle. And I genuinely want what's best for you. I'm not just going to push you on a car salesman-y type approach of buying a house. Okay, so I hope you found value in that, and I'm looking forward to all the content that we're about to pump out through this next end of the year. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.